turn
Yeah.
my stuff on. I'm going to turn my music off here. We'll get started in just a few moments once Mental shows up, hopefully. We may or may not have Doc tonight. She had mentioned she's traveling home from university, so
Yeah.
probably won't, but we'll see.
And apparently she also has a concussion.
That too. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Okay. Yeah. I am ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get some music queued up here.
Are you gonna eat cookies I have here? I gonna mute myself to not do so much.
You don't want to hear want us to hear you eating? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know
No,
why.
it's no. I'm not making fun of how you said it. I was just saying as a joke. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. It's yeah. I don't hear good because I don't know why. Maybe the
Understood.
sound here. Yeah. Okay. Give me a moment. I do this and just.
Let's see. While we are waiting, you guys don't have to unmute. I'm just going to do the disclaimer for Twitch. This game definitely does have a lot of mature themes involved in it and lots of foul language, things of that nature. So if you don't like that stuff, don't watch. Yeah. Hello, Mental.
Hi.
Josh.
I respond to both, so
How's it going?
good.
All right.
Good.
You guys ready?
Sorry, I'm
No, it's fine. I was just doing a quick disclaimer while Aloy was getting something fixed. And
Perfect.
Eerie is also not feeling well tonight, so she's going
Oh
to
no.
remain muted, I guess, in certain cases.
Okay.
Because she's
Well, hopefully she
sneezing
feels
a lot
better.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I figure you guys would prefer not to hear you or hear me when I chain sneeze.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to play tonight, regardless of your sickness.
Yeah, it's just sinus thing, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be allergies.
Understood. Hopefully
But,
that's
yeah.
all it
Allergies
is.
suck.
Yep. All right. Well, it is that time of the year, so who knows?
Yep. And it was really windy here a few days ago, so that might have been blowing some stuff up.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow, hi Jay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right. You guys ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will get some music queued up and just do a quick recap of the last episode. Hang on a sec here.
Guys, give me a moment. I am back. Sorry, some I need to do something, and I am back. I try to do this fast.
So are you back or no?
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
It's something. Yeah, sorry.
Got it.
Big apologize.
No problem. Okay. Let's see. So, last episode, you all ensured that Amanda had received proper care at the university hospital in Uppsala. Kai, you used a fake name to avoid detection, and Jace was acting strange, leading Kai to suspect a revenant's enchantment. And back at the castle, after you guys had left the hospital, you met Sigrid Magnusson. She was sitting in your breakfast room, And you tried speaking with her. She was very nonchalant about the whole conversation. She seems like she just didn't really care what you guys had to say at all. She had mentioned most of the stuff was top secret information, and that there was the possibility of military applications for these mysterious green stones that you all have been seeing frequently now, actually.
Mhm.
And the conversation essentially didn't get you anywhere. And then Amanda was, I'm sorry, not Amanda, I'm talking about Sigrid. She basically was asked to leave, and she just up and left, ending that entire thing. And then it was 3 weeks later that you learned that there was a deadly breakout at the asylum with the director of the asylum, Nicholas, he was arrested for negligence. And then Amanda Lawrence arrived at your door, revealing that she had gained the sight and offered to help you. So now you guys have Amanda as a contact who can offer her services on expeditions and mysteries and things of that nature. Soon after that, Olof Dahl arrived at your doorstep. He was a weary-looking police officer, neatly combed hair and brushed mustache, but he looked like he hasn't slept in like several days, and he is urgently requesting your help with a mysterious disappearance of sorts in Sørland, Norway, which is on the other end of Scandinavia. You guys don't know that yet, though. Where rescue teams had basically vanished, and there was a report of one rescue team that found a frozen corpse. He basically, during the whole conversation with you guys, avoided any talk of supernatural stuff, but he did talk of a substantial reward for your success. And then you guys spent the rest of the episode preparing for your journey. Let's see, Kai, you were doing some research. Ingrid, you crafted a green gem brooch from that stone that you had found, while the others had gathered supplies. And that's where we left off. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
All right.
Ingrid had her strange, portentous dream.
Yes, that too.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me stop that music. And before we get started, let me just get something prepped real quick. I want to do something a little bit different to start with tonight. And this is going to involve specifically Ingrid for a moment. And Ingrid, let me just get my music here. Hang on a sec. Ingrid, you're standing in the hospital that you work at down in Copenhagen right now. You're staring into a gilded mirror in the doctor's lounge. It's carved with wooden edges that, represent whimsical symbols. And it just seems like it's way out of place for this entire hospital, really, but the room especially. And in your reflection, you can barely recognize yourself at this point. There's dark circles under your eyes, your sharp hazel eyes, that is, and strands of dark brown hair. They're normally pinned to your tightly braided bun up in your hair, but this time that's not the case. It's your hair's everywhere at this point, framing your whole face in a wild disarray. The woman staring back at you is hollow and worn and afraid. Down the hall, You can hear Olga's fevered murmurs drifting through the sterile air. You can hear the rasping, her delirious cries. And it's a sound that claws at your heart every time you hear it. You've read every medical text, you've tried every treatment, but the mysterious wasting sickness still clings to Olga like a curse. And then, behind you, the door creaks open. Your colleague, Dorothea, steps inside. Her presence is very familiar to you. She has the familiar scent of iodine and blood on her, doing very much what you do at the hospital. And that was a surgeon, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little less specialized, I guess, given the time period, but yes.
Right. Dorothea. What?
Hi, sorry, what I lost. Sorry.
If you're having a separate conversation, can you mute yourself for a minute there, Aloy?
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Thank you. So Dorothea, she's as exhausted as you are. She has vibrant gray eyes that just seemed really dulled by the long sleepless nights. You guys have been working a lot of doubles lately, given that there's a strange illness that has plagued your area as of late. Dorothea doesn't speak to you when she comes in, and she doesn't need to. You don't normally speak with each other, but that wasn't always the case, actually. As a matter of fact, you know Dorothea from a different place, and that would be in the Holstein Wars. You both served as field doctors in the same troop. So you're very familiar with each other and how you work with each other. And over a time, you bonded quite well. You shared in a lot of stories, and you bonded quite nicely. And as Dorothea is standing behind you, your fingers curl into your coat pockets, and they're searching for something. Then you feel it. It's a cool glass vial. But it's small, but it's as heavy as a stone. And as you pull it out slightly, you look down into your right pocket. You can see the milky white substance that's swirling around inside of it. It's the disease. And it's your own research, your own sample that you've gathered, and you're contemplating right now. It's a terrible gamble, but you're willing to do anything to save the love of your life. So you must find a cure, right? So as Dorothea drifts off to sleep in the hard wooden chair behind you, you exit the room. And the corridor stretches ahead of you. It's endless and dim. It's a very large hospital, and there's gas lamps flickering, lighting your path. You can hear Olga's voice still down the hall, weak but still fighting. And you think to yourself, I must continue my research no matter what. And your footsteps make no sound as you push open the door to Dorothea's brother's room. As a matter of fact, he was here too, under a different illness. As a matter of fact, it was not the wasting disease that you're familiar with. This was for a separate illness that wasn't life-threatening. As you enter the room, he's lying still. He's breathing steadily, but he's unaware. He looks very comfortable. Your hand reaches back into your pocket and trembles, and you pull out the vial, and then you uncork it. And for a heartbeat, you hesitate. And then, with a surgeon's precision and a lover's desperation, you administer the disease. And that is it for that little flashback there.
Excellent.
Now,
Yeah, I give it my stamp of approval.
oh, good. You
Storytelling.
Yep. All right. So, excuse me. Sorry. Let me just get a drink of water here.
Take your time.
Okay. So, we're back in regular times now, back at the castle. You guys are all prepped and ready to go to Sørland. Now, in order to do that, let me bring you guys into Uppsala first. So you'll need to take a carriage first to Central Station because the way that Olof has this trip planned is that you will be traveling by boat for the majority of this entire trip. And bear in mind, this is an extremely long trip. So if there's anything that you guys want to try and do before you guys start the traveling, now's the time to do it.
I'm going to hop over to Jace and ask him if he's going to be okay on the boat, due to the fact that I don't know if he's actually ever been on one. Same goes for the other one as well. Same goes for Ingrid as well.
Okay. Do you guys?
I should be fine. I've seen plenty of things that will turn the stomach.
Totally understand. Motion sickness is no joke, though. And I kind of hand everybody a nausea pill of sorts.
Aloy, are you doing anything? Or Jace? You don't have to be muted anymore. I just wanted to do that little scene with Ingrid first. He must be not here.
Said that he had something that he needed to do real quick.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that when he said that he was not back.
Yeah. That's probably
because
the case.
it just happens. Anyways,
Nice.
so
Yeah, Ingrid will accept the pill and store it away in one of her. She has many little pockets about her.
Okay.
So.
Are these pills that you just have with you all the time because you get motion sickness?
Yes.
Got it. Excellent. Most people just drink for that type of thing, so you're doing the right thing.
I mean, I do drink when it comes to boats, but like I also pretend I'm a pirate sometimes. So
Nothing wrong with that. Okay.
nothing wrong with that at all. Anyways.
Okay. So if there's anything else you guys want to do, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, we can move into the travel portion of the scene.
Sounds good.
I think I'd completed all my preparation.
Awesome. So Ingrid's got a wonderfully crafted green jeweled brooch on the lapel of your nice warm jacket because you guys, where you're going, it's going to be very cold. Does anybody want to possibly roll a learning to see where Sørland is on the map? I know you guys have already seen it, but like your characters don't know this.
Well, I have a +2 on my learning rolls, so I will roll.
Nice. That's all I need, just one success. So Sørland, and I learned this really cool trick with the keyboard earlier.
If Kai wants to roll though, because he's more likely to know more.
Oh,
get successes. So Ingrid has, she's like looked it up on a map. She's like, oh yeah, it's up there. But
There you go. You guys both know. Oh yeah, I
we
know
both
that
kind of just know
place.
stuff.
It's really so you know Sørland to be a very remote island on the northern tip of Norway. This is well into the Arctic Circle, and that is it right there. So it's way up there. You guys are way down here.
Oh yeah, we're kind of starting to head into
Hi.
the winter months, right?
Yes, it is
I'm gonna-
early November.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure that everybody has the warm winter clothing
Ah,
to wear.
Yeah, Ingrid was probably planning to pick that up when we left on the ship from wherever that was.
yeah, so there's a lot of local shops in Uppsala. We'll say you guys have no problem finding what you need. Let me just check your.
Away.
Hi.
Hey, Ellie.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Let me just
Sorry
check your
for
capital. Oh yeah, you're fine.
sorry
hi.
for not being that thief.
No problem. Yeah, no, I just wanted to finish that scene up about Ingrid before, without any interruptions. That's all. So it's no worries.
Oh, big apologize. Not
No
really.
problem.
Big apologize.
It's okay. Don't do it again. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, later I tell you what happens.
Okay, so Jace, while you were away, let me just quickly catch up here. The others are finishing up their preparations for heading north. Kai and Ingrid are both aware of the island of Varoya. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am at least. I could be killing it.
Yes,
too.
you are. I put it through ChatGPT for a sec to make sure that we pronounced it right.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys know of the island. You've never been there, of course, but it's just a super remote island. You've probably read about it in your readings about something somewhere. And, Kai especially, because he's written a lot about different things. So it makes sense that you guys would know that. All right. Jace, they had mentioned that it's going to be very cold up north, and you will need to dress very warmly, and that the island of Varoya is well into the north, the Arctic Circle. Do you know what the Arctic Circle is?
Yes,
Okay.
I know this.
Yep.
Yeah, I know
So
this. So,
it's very cold up there. So, given everybody's capital and their resources, I'm going to say that you guys have no problem finding nice warm clothing, especially given that it's early November. If you're looking for
Okay.
anything in specific, then go right ahead. Like if you're looking for a particular type of outfit.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use something to standard to the cold.
Right. So probably a nice leather coat with fur and stuff like that. Nice thick padding. Probably the best
Yes.
you can probably find.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Good call. All right. So let's fast forward to the travel section now if you guys don't have anything else to do.
Okay.
Jace, did
Nope.
you have anything that you wanted to do before, besides getting the clothes? I know you weren't here during that part.
For the moment, no. Sorry, I don't have something planning.
Nope, don't even be sorry. I'm just asking. I want to make sure everybody gets to do what they want to do.
Okay.
Okay, so now you guys are going back to Uppsala. All right. And so you're going to travel by train, and that's at Central Station, which is right here. And when you get there, The train's, it's going southbound, which is heading towards Stockholm, which is the one that you guys want to take. Olaf is there standing next to you, and he mentions to you that he's arranged all the travel. You will take the train to Stockholm, and then there will be a boat waiting for you. And you'll take the boat. It'll transport you to Bergen, which is in Norway. And then from Bergen, Norway, you will take another boat that will be traveling towards the island of Varøya. It's a long trip, and just the trip for you guys going from Central Station here all the way to Bergen is going to take about a week. All right.
Sounds good.
Wait, a week?
A week of
A week.
travel, yes. That's how long it takes to get from where you are now to Bergen, Norway, which is right over here.
Even though it really doesn't matter much, I have taken the liberty of giving us all a passport device. I know that they aren't really necessarily that like existing yet in the but they have to have like a card. I was doing some research on the travel portion
Papers,
of
please.
the papers. Yes, the papers.
No papers. All I can see is Indiana Jones throwing a Nazi out a window.
Yep.
Oh man. All right, that's funny. Yeah, I did actually look at that too. They do have like customs controls and stuff like that too.
Yep.
They don't typically go into like passport stuff because
No.
they're all kind of working together. Part of a union, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just pull up some stuff here, and we're going to get some new sounds. I don't have a train sound, so I apologize for that. I tried finding one, I just couldn't.
Don't worry.
It's totally okay.
So we're going to say that your train trip to Stockholm, it's a couple hours of a train ride. It's pretty scenic too. I did have a description set up here. Hang on a second. Yes. So it's early morning. It's basically first light. That is when Olaf had your train ticket set for. You arrive at the station, and the train groans awake, and you can see the steam curling into the sky from the stacks there. It's basically ready to go. So you board in. Everything's pretty simple and easy here. You present your tickets to the man standing outside of the train, and then you get into the inside. And the inside's pretty nice, actually. It's got like nice padded seats that are a nice red cloth. There's a lot of wood. There's each train car has multiple rooms that are set up for parties of more than, I think, like 2 or 3 people, and each room has its own like little wood stove in there. It's pretty nice.
I took the liberty of getting us a room that is like a kind of like the first class room.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I got the upgrade.
Yep.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to afford that, so that's not a problem for you. Okay. So as the train starts pushing along outside the window, you guys, you can see a lot of the birch forests that kind of line the Uppsala area, and there's still a few trees there that still have some golden leaves that are still clutching to the branches for their lives, but the wind is just taking them. And so there's not much left, so it's very quickly becoming just like a gray landscape with just white sticks coming out of the backdrop. But, there's bits where even some snow is seen. It's up on the hills. You can see, like, the frozen fields. Then Stockholm finally approaches. Are you guys doing anything during this time?
How long is the trip from Uppsala to Stockholm average?
It's about, I'd say, 2 hours.
I kind of just nuzzle myself in a book and just read. Surprisingly, a fictional story, not a non-fictional story.
Okay. Is it a particular story?
I'd have to look and do some research on what
Sure.
kind of books would be read during that time.
No problem.
But-
It's not necessary. I was just curious if you
Okay.
had something planned.
Nope, not at all then.
Okay.
Not anything in particular.
Jace, Ingrid, you guys doing anything?
Jace is quiet.
Just remaining
Yeah,
quiet.
he's
I'm gonna
slightly
say-
quiet.
okay.
Sorry, no, don't worry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So we'll, I guess, continue to Stockholm then?
Uh-huh.
All right. So,
Sorry, what I was gonna say was sorry,
Oh.
I coughed too.
sure.
I'm gonna say, just to convolve things a little bit, that Ingrid has gotten sick, and so she has a cough and is a little phlegmy and stuff, and so she's staying in the room, trying to stay bundled up and drink lots of tea and fluids and stuff, and so she's
man.
like not out and about much, and it'll be easy for me to roleplay.
Now there's brings even more meaning to the name of this episode, which is called Disease and Departure. Which
I don't know
I
what
swear to
this
God.
means.
Well,
I don't know what this
Ingrid is
means.
sick right now, and I did a previous scene with her infecting a patient with the disease. So this is just all about Ingrid's disease today.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm just gonna help Ingrid in between. Just making sure that she's getting all the rest she needs and assisting her where necessary.
Okay. There's a woman who comes down with a little trolley cart to each of the doors too, and she knocks on yours, and she's like, "Anything from the trolley?"
I would like to get all of your medical supplies, please.
Oh, medical supply. I'm sorry, we don't have any here on the cart here, but I will certainly go get some. What do you need?
Some tissues, some essentially gloves. You never know how bad it
Okay.
can be. Potentially a mask if you have one.
I certainly will try and find one. She grabs.
Hot tea, please.
Yes.
And
some
hot tea,
honey.
please.
Oh, I have hot tea right here
With
on
some
the
honey.
cart. She pours you some hot tea immediately, and she says, "Tell me when," and then starts pouring the honey and keeps going until you say when.
Yeah, she does a decent amount, and she'll ask actually if she can get like a carafe with,
Of
so she
course.
can drink more. I had a question.
Sure.
It's just a random thing. It's more of a historical note. When were tissues? They come on. When do they replace
I think they
handkerchiefs?
would have been handkerchiefs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was just curious because yeah, she has a handkerchief, and
Yeah.
well, I have to ask to get it cleaned.
Maybe get a
Every so
couple
often,
of fresh handkerchiefs.
Yeah, so they can be cleaned. Otherwise, they can get a little bit gross.
Yeah. Well, this train's pretty fancy, so I'm going to say that she gladly just hands you a couple of the fancy napkins that they have there, which are
Okay.
They
most likely cloth.
Kleenex introduced them in 1920.
Okay, so yeah, it would have definitely been a handkerchief at this point.
Correct.
I don't know what they would have called it in Scandinavia, but they didn't have tissues.
Jace
Sorry to. I was
asked
just.
to. Yeah,
No problem.
sorry.
Go ahead, Jace. What's up?
Jace asked to have hot tea
Hot tea.
too.
Of course. And she hands you a hot tea as well. And, okay, so is there anything else you guys want to do?
Can I also get a like all the snacks like that she has available?
Nice. Okay.
Just like one of each for myself.
Right. Yeah, so it's like a various like crackers and nuts and stuff like that. It's like simple foods.
Mhm.
But yeah, she hands that to you as well. They're not like packaged or anything like that.
Right,
They're
right.
just like on a
On
plate.
a little like platter of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all good. All right, so you guys are in Stockholm now. And
Do we have to change trains?
so this is where you're going to change to a boat.
Oh. I suppose, yeah.
Yep. So this particular boat that you're getting on, Olaf described it to you with the name of Nordlys, which let me put that in the chat. Not that it matters, but I'm just giving you the actual pronunciation. There you go. That's the name of the boat.
Okay.
And they're casting off, basically ready to go as you guys approach. It's a fairly decent sized steamboat. They actually call them steamers in Scandinavia. I didn't know that until today.
Did you guys know that Nordlys is actually a newspaper that was published in 1902?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
That's funny. I did not know that.
Sorry. I just had to throw that out there.
No problem. No, I like history stuff. It's fun. So this one's got like the big metal rudder in the back, or the paddles, I guess they would call it, or something. I don't even know. I'm not a boat enthusiast. So you guys quickly pile on there, and it's a pretty large size boat. There's a lot of people that are on there.
I'm going to mention to everybody as we board, it's called the Northern Lights is the direct translation.
Oh, is that what that means? Nice.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I like that.
Uh-huh.
I find the place we're going.
Nice.
Sorry, the map is so big and I not understand the name of the place a lot of
Yeah,
times.
hang on. This is Stockholm right here. Yeah, and I put
Oh,
a little red marker right here.
okay.
Where it shows
Thank
where you guys
sorry.
are.
Sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, it's just your run-of-the-mill steamboat, but it's still pretty cool to see. These are still a relatively new thing for you guys, given it industrialization is still kind of taken over. So you're seeing these more and more now. There's a lot of people on board. You can't really tell what they're there for or anything like that. Maybe just traveling or for work or something like that. You don't know. It's just regular people.
Strange machine.
And as you guys start departing Stockholm, you leave the harbor. And as you're leaving the harbor, this like huge archipelago unfolds around you. It's like a labyrinth of pine-covered islands. You can see like some of the birch trees still have those leaves still stuck to them, but that's not lasting long either there.
I'm going to make an observation to myself quietly. It's been a couple years. This is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's a really nice site. Like it's a very scenic area. Given like the rolling hills and all the nice trees, and some of the trees still have some of the yellow leaves on them too. So it does look very nice.
And in that little flashback, or in that like wandering memories and such, I kind of flash back to the summer that my father died, just trying to observe and trying to remember everything that went on between then and now.
Would you
So,
care to elaborate on that, or do you want to
um,
just think about this internally?
I was kind of thinking about it internally,
Okay.
just kind of trying to piece together the adventure that I've had so far up until this point with all of the rest of the team, as well as getting to meet a bunch of these people along the way, and just thinking about. I kind of smirked to myself as we pushed away from Stockholm and turned back to the rest of the team.
So Amanda is currently standing next to you, Kai.
Mhm.
She looks over at you and she says, "What's that smile for?"
Just reminiscing.
Oh, anything in specific?
Just trying to reminisce on arriving here and coming from my hometown and trying to start a new adventure.
She breathes in like this huge breath of the salty sea air, and she says, "It's beautiful, isn't it?"
Very much so.
And
Jace, sorry.
one sec. Let me just. I'm gonna pull up Amanda's sheet real quick. Hang on a sec.
I think Jace is a bit dizzy of the travel. For the travel in a boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, he is. It's strange for him. Is a new thing.
Yeah, being on the boat.
Yeah. And say,
And I'm just gonna let Jace know I did give him a nausea pill just to take in case of emergencies. And I'm just like, I turn around and I just kind of smile at Jace and say, I gave you a pill that you can take for the nausea if it helps.
thank you. Jace, take it and say you have more.
I
Take
will if you
one.
need them. They're quite strong.
Jace is KO for a moment for the high effects of the pill.
Mhm.
Drunk magic, and he's in. It's we are in like a forest or something similar.
You're on the boat, but you're surrounded by a bunch of islands that have like a lot of forest on it.
Ooh. Okay, so I am following the floor
So
of the boat and say,
let me update it here. So you guys are kind of like right here right now.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Perfect.
Jay is
So-
put in a dead pose,
Yep.
and he say, "Tell me when we touch earth,
Will do.
this
Oh, go ahead.
this metal machine not isn't confident for me." Well,
So
yes,
you're a little nervous about it.
yes. He's in a strange machine in the water,
Yep.
and
Does Jace not
he
like
have
the water?
panic. Yes, Jace don't like the water.
Okay, got it. Good to know.
Yeah.
Kai, you're standing with Amanda still. Jace, were you standing with Kai as well? Okay.
Yes, I think.
Ingrid, I assume you were standing over there as well?
Yeah, Ingrid will come out like once or twice a day just to get some fresh air, and she'll eat like go out once to have dinner, and otherwise she'll try and have it
Okay.
brought in. She's generally just been a little bit still.
Under the weather.
Maybe, yeah, she's under the weather. She's also a little just melancholy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, just a little bit off.
Not 100% today. Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So Kai and Jace and Amanda, while they're standing at the railing off the starboard side of the boat here, Amanda observes something. Given that she now has the sight, she's been seeing a lot of things that other people can't see, of course.
Mhm.
And she's looking down into the water.
Oh no.
And your eyes kind of just go down and look exactly where she's looking. And down below you, you can see a shadow in the water. And it's strange. It's got like a tail like a fish, but the body, upper half of a body of almost humanoid. Anybody who wants to roll me a learning can go ahead and do so now to identify what this is.
Working on it.
Roll. Okay, I'm gonna learning. Okay, first roll of the session.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you both know, you're just like at the same time, oh, that's a mermaid.
Oh no. It's a mermaid.
Do any other people hear me say this out loud?
No, not that loud, no. I mean,
Okay,
you
okay.
guys definitely want to keep this on the DL, you know? Given the number of people, and you definitely don't want to cause a panic. I mean, if you want to yell it, you could certainly give it a shot, but...
No. I don't want to do that.
Jace is
And I'm just like, I turn to Jace and I go, yeah, they are, aren't they?
I see the thing you see, and I feel this is gonna be bad news in any moment. But for the moment,
Well,
Jace sit in the floor and say, "Wait,
yeah.
waiting will happen."
Well, you know for a fact that you know that these are mermaids, of course, but you also know that. Well, I'm only giving you this information because you both got a success. That mermaids don't typically attack people. They're generally pretty docile unless something is bothering them.
Otherwise, yeah.
That does not seem the case. You do know for a fact, though, that they tend to follow boats. You're
And
not
I kind
really
of
sure
explain
why.
this to Amanda as we're sitting there looking over I wave to the mermaid kind of thing, like
Yeah.
subtly.
So Amanda pulls out her notebook and she just immediately starts writing all this down. She's like, "This is fascinating. It's terrifying, but fascinating."
So the mermaid not gonna eat or try to kill us?
No, they're... the way Kai explained it to you, Jace, was that they're generally... they generally leave people alone unless, you know...
Aggravated.
They've aggravated them, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Good to know.
yep, they're fine for now. They just... This is part of their known behavior. Studying Vaesen, you know for a fact that mermaids will follow boats sometimes.
Mhm.
Kind of like a dolphin following boats, you know, or orcas.
Mhm.
You're not really sure
Okay.
why, but you know they've never given you reason to feel danger.
Good to know.
And all right, so you
Hearing
guys have been...
hearing them say that, Ingrid she looks down briefly and kind of notes them, doesn't really react, and then she just goes back to staring at the shore with the dead trees and evergreens.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do right now?
I have nothing else at the moment.
Okay.
No, same thing.
Very good. Very good, everybody. All right. So that was the first night that's now finished. You got like 4 days to go. So we're going to kind of fast forward slightly and say a few days pass with really no eventful things happening. You know, the the silhouette of Stockholm is like way behind you now. You guys are traveling past some rather large islands now, and eventually you find yourself into like what looks like an endless sea. You can't even see like you can't see land in any direction.
I'm gonna basically tell everybody that we are in the Baltic Sea currently.
Yep. Jace, how are you feeling right now, being in the water and not liking it, and having no land in sight? Does that make you feel any different?
A bit dizzy. He can start in her legs, like he feels he's gonna fall in any moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bit confused what happens and how he ends here.
Got it. So he's confused how he got there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's see. So the rest of your travels by this boat are generally pretty smooth sailing. You go through a bunch of like narrow passages where you can see land on both sides, but you know the water's very deep, and it's not until the fourth night when you well, let's see, the fourth night. Who's outside right now? It's the fourth night and you're just chilling out. It's not bedtime yet.
How close to the Arctic Circle do you think we'd be?
You're not there yet,
Okay.
but it is noticeable. Like you can definitely see.
The Borealis?
Yes, the northern lights are apparent in this area. They're not as vibrant or violent, for that matter, around this area, just because you're not completely there yet. But you can see that the light has started dimming, and
Okay.
it's getting close.
Would Amanda also be outside?
I would say yes.
Because she's taking everything in?
Yep, she's enjoying the sights. She's never done this before. She's only been an investigative journalist in Uppsala, so she's never really traveled per se. So this is very exciting for her.
Would you say that Amanda sees me coming up behind her?
No, I would say that Amanda is probably holding her arms over the railing right now, just staring up at the slight
travel.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, she enjoys this travel. In other words, right?
Right.
Nice.
Yep. So she's currently staring up at the northern lights right now, or the lack thereof, trying to spot little bits of it where she can. She is unaware of your presence. Are you trying to sneak up on her?
I think I gonna. What is the context? Sorry again.
Well, Kai was asking what Amanda was doing. So I was asking Kai if he was intending on trying to sneak up on her, or just like something else.
I was just trying to like pop out behind her and just say, those lights that are up in the sky are what they call the Aurora Borealis. Is this your first time seeing it?
It is. I've only read about them. They're beautiful.
They're usually much more vibrant at this time of the year. but we're not quite to the Arctic Circle, so potentially you'll see more of them as the closer we get.
I hope so.
Ooh. I see these ones in. I never see these in a long time. It's a good.
Yeah,
It's good to see.
It is. It's very beautiful. Tell me, Jace.
Yeah.
Do you not like the
Just-
water?
Why you say if I like the water?
Because you seem awful nervous, always up here on the deck, standing near the edge with me. Is it me, or are you just afraid of the water?
Jason like the water.
Oh, well, that's
It's
fair.
like, yeah, Jason don't have any idea why I don't like the water. It's like, suspicious. I don't like this thing. So
I've always found
Jace
it
is
quite terrifying, but beautiful at the same time.
yes, Jace see and say, what? I don't wanna try. What happens
Okay.
if launch me in the water? So I gonna stay here
Yep.
and I walk super out of the limit of the boat.
Everybody who's standing up at the railings right now, looking out, is basically looking into like a sea of blackness. The only thing that lights up anything is the sky up above and the aurora borealis.
Is there no moon tonight?
There is no moon,
Okay.
only stars.
Wait, it's
so
only. Sorry, Shadow. It's only shadow, or we have tiny lights.
the stars and the northern lights, they're kind of lighting the sky up, so those are the only lights that you can see right now.
Okay.
But everybody roll me an observation, please.
Okay. I think I have a deja vu, but I don't know why. So okay, I'm gonna roll. What I roll?
Observation.
Okay, observation.
Ooh, nailed it.
Please, good numbers. Oh, nice.
All right.
Nice.
Is Ingrid gonna roll or no?
I'm gonna say Ingrid in their cabin, in the
Okay.
cabin, just
Cabin
taking a rest.
Taking a rest. Got it. All right. So
Jace. Sorry, Shadow. I'm gonna say something. Jace is
Sure.
like a plant right now. To the photos. I don't know how call it in English the process of the plant, but he do this with the shadow. Like he's in a T pose. I am a T pose. Absorb shadows. In a short works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with those observations that I made you guys roll, you spot some twinkling lights off in the distance, and the lights are hitting just enough for you to see that there's an island next to you. So right now you guys are like right about here,
Okay.
and you're spotting this island right there.
Oh.
And you're not sure what it
Wait.
is because the lights are twinkling. They're almost like fireflies dancing in the night, but you know for a fact that fireflies are definitely not in this area. And one of the sailors behind you, one of the men working the boat, he walks past you, and he mutters something under his breath, and he says, "Fortrad." Anybody who wants to know what that means, go ahead and roll me a learning roll, please.
Okay. Jace is like, oh no, problems. He's in a learning
Learning.
learning role.
Yep, learning.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Please. High hopes. Oh, roll down. Yeah.
Just a moment. I gotta find my sheet again because it disappears on me.
Jace.x not work right now. What is this? Oh,
I didn't even
Jesus.
learn that one.
Oh,
So sadly, the sailor just walks off. So you're not really sure what it is. It's way off in the distance, so you're not too worried about it right now. But you do notice that as the man was passing by you and said that, he didn't like meet eyes with you at all. He's kind of like alluding to almost like a superstitious belief.
eh, suspicious.
No, not suspicious, superstitious. Like he believes something.
I know, but it's suspicious too.
He's only a little stitious.
Yeah.
He's suspicious enough to Jace to say it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Ready,
maybe you guys can learn
Jace.
what that means eventually. It's not like paramount to winning the story here, but it's it's just a fun little lore bit there.
Mhm.
Okay, so do you guys have anything else that you want to do right now? Otherwise, we can continue to the following morning where you guys arrive.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me too.
Is Ingrid resting still? Or does she want to do something?
She is resting still.
Got it. Okay. So, morning reveals Norway's coast, and it's beautiful. The land rears up everywhere. There's like massive cliffs of black granite that are streaked with quartz veins everywhere that catch the light really nicely, and it's like glistening in the morning sun. You can see waterfalls that are treading down rock faces. Some of them are already even frozen, like you can tell that as well.
Wow.
It's getting quite cold, as you can tell, definitely.
And we're in Bergen, or are we in?
You're in Bergen,
Okay.
so you're right here right now. Well, like right here. You're just about there when you arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. So here you can see a lot of strange formations in the rock that are jutting out of the water. They're called sea stacks. They almost look like pillars that just come out of the sea. And they're, you can tell they're been just constantly pounded by waves. You can see the erosion, and the bases nod at the centuries of time waiting and waves hitting it, weather, all sorts of stuff. But it's not
As we're
something
moving around them, I just kind of draw the rock faces along with just to kind of draw the rock fixtures, as well as the island, um, and the sea struts, or whatever whatever you called them.
Okay. Would you say that your art is pretty good, or are you just like sketching it out?
I'm just briefly sketching it out. I don't plan on filling it in by any means.
Okay.
I would say it's pretty good drawing, but I'm also biased.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
But I would say that would also tie into my observation role, but
Yeah. So you guys have now arrived in Bergen. It's a actually fun fact about Bergen is it was the original capital of Norway.
I think I remember reading that somewhere in my world history class.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So here, the buildings are all like it's basically like a fishing town at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of buildings that are just kind of coming off the docks, and you see a lot of boats where people are fishing, getting ready to sail off, and they're coming in and out. It's actually a pretty bustling trade town. As you get off the boat, there's like the scent of fish and smoke from the steam from the smokestacks of the boat. It's a whole plethora of different scents. You can smell a lot of different foods. It's like a little market area that you're in now, and Olof Dahl is standing there waiting for you. If you remember, he left very quickly after speaking with you guys initially.
Mm-hmm.
And Olof Dahl's standing there in his typical uniform, looking slightly more better than the last time. His dark circles have retreated a little bit at least. And he's in a firmly pressed uniform now. He says, well, we haven't a moment to lose. Quickly, come with me, please. And he motions for you guys to follow.
That we do. At least I do.
Okay.
Yes, I follow this.
Okay.
Ingrid will follow. She also has a somewhat dry but amusing thing to say, which is, despite my name, there is no similarity. I'm not from here. Her last name being Berggren.
Yep, it's very close. Just missing that extra G there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys, I'm going to turn my coastal
And the R.
sounds off here a little bit. And all right. So now Olaf has led you guys towards what looks like the inn for Bergen. It's a wooden building. It looks pretty cozy. It's rather large. Looks like the bottom half kind of doubles as like a restaurant as well, with the rooms being upstairs.
Yep.
And he leads you all inside. He's actually reserved a special dining room just for you guys. It's private, and the doors close, and nobody will bother you unless you ask for somebody to come.
Ooh, fancy.
It is very fancy.
Cool.
So he sits you guys down. The table is covered in a nice red tablecloth, and the chairs are like a very comfortable fabric on there as well. And the chairs are like a nice dark mahogany wood color. You can smell all the different...
Sorry. I'm gonna jest to Olaf. Is that what his name was?
Olaf, yes.
I'm gonna jest to Olaf. Not enough time for us to get our land legs already?
Oh, I'm sorry. We have not a moment to lose. I just put his name in the chat there.
All right.
There is food in the room already. It's sitting underneath a platter. We'll say that it's kind of just like a nice fish, like a steamed fish, and possibly some vegetables of sort. It's a pretty simple meal, but it's very healthy and very good.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sits down, and he doesn't have any food with him. He quickly speaks up to you, and he says, I understand that you must be tired from your journey, but we are here already behind schedule. The days are growing shorter and shorter, and I fear you won't have any sunlight left by the time you reach Voroya. But it cannot be helped. These are dark, terrible times. You might as well get used to it. And then...
We will adapt.
Yep. He takes a sip from his drink. I need you to go up there and find out what happened, and bring any survivors to safety. Most importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, do make sure that you public does not find out if you witness any, let's say, irregularities. I don't need to know what you see. I just need it to be gone.
We'll do our best, sir.
Thank you. And I apologize for the abruptness of this situation. You understand that this is a very sensitive situation.
Yes, sir.
And a moment later, the door opens and there's a tall man that walks inside, and he's built like a barrel, essentially. He's got
Built like a freight train.
Yeah, he's big. It actually started raining outside. I forgot to put the rain on. Sorry about that. My God. And there was also wind, too, because you're right near the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get the wind. Turn these down slightly because you guys are inside right now. All right, where was I? So this man, he walks in and he's got water dripping down from his long dark coat that he's wearing. He's wearing a captain's hat and a blue turtleneck sweater, and he's got a cigarette, and it's resting at the corner of his mouth, completely drenched, but somehow still lit. And he says, I'm sorry, Olaf says, Captain Herrick, meet the rest of your crew. And the captain, he's a rather boisterous man accustomed to commanding others. He wastes no time introducing himself to you guys, and then he says, we set sail in an hour. The sea's been treacherous lately, and I want no surprises if I can avoid it. My men are nearly finished with the load-in. Provisions for 3 months, you said. And he looks at Olaf when he says that. We'll either become best friends or worse enemies by the end of this. And the captain smiles widely at you and then pours himself a drink from the tray that's sitting in next to the door of the room there. You can only assume it's probably some type of liquor, probably aquavit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys want to do before he leaves?
Eat the food that's in front of us, for
Yes.
sure.
Right. I kind of assumed you
Let's
guys were
start
already
to
doing
eat.
that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, there's Jason.
So I kind of stop. Oh, sorry, Jace. Didn't mean to talk over you.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Jason start to eat.
Starting to
food.
eat. Okay. All right. So you guys have an hour before the boat departs. Herrick's boat is a large steamboat that he uses for cargo.
Uh-huh.
He delivers it up and down the coast. So Olaf has managed to hitch a ride for you with Captain Herrick and his crew to the rest of the way up north.
I'm going to try and make small talk with the captain, just trying to understand the route we're taking to get there and about how long it will take us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's see. That was, how long was that supposed to be? Yeah, that's a long ways. I believe it's another week, I think, was, or not a week, I'm sorry, it was 4 days.
Okay.
So, yeah, he responds saying, it's 4 days. Why, you don't have your sea legs?
Very much the opposite. I'm ready to get back on the water.
Good, good. You look strong enough. We could use your help where we can, definitely.
You'll probably find me with the map maker.
Okay, great. And is there anybody else doing anything?
For the moment, no. I think Jace is like try to survive to the travel.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Give me just 1 second. I'm just trying to find a picture of Captain Herrick and for you guys here. 1 sec. And
I
That is
turn
Captain Herrick.
to Olaf real quick, and I'm going to mention if both Captain Herrick and Olaf are listening. I'm gonna mention that we were on the boat and we passed by an island that had some flickering lights, and a sailor mentioned the word. I don't remember how it was said. How it was said.
Um, it was, how do I pronounce that? Vortrad.
Vartrad. Vartrad.
Vartrad.
Okay. So I kind of repeat back the word. Any thoughts on what that would mean?
Olaf has no clue. He doesn't even really follow that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Captain Herrick, though, on the other hand, let me just roll something for him. One moment. And where is
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Olaf is a little pragmatic, and he doesn't typically deal with this weird stuff. He tends to avoid it.
Uh-huh.
Captain Herrick, on the other hand, he is the exact opposite.
Oh boy.
Given that he has spent a lifetime at sea, it seems, he
Mhm.
has plenty of stories. And I'm still trying to find his card here. Hang on a sec. Sorry, guys. Where is it? Okay, so I'm gonna roll inspiration for that answering of the question because of he takes this stuff very seriously and he
Mhm.
wants you to understand.
Yeah.
And there is his success. So Captain Herrick, he ponders from it. Vortrad, yes. Those are guardian trees. People will oftentimes hang offerings off of them in hopes for good luck.
Okay.
It's it's a Norse mythology thing. Kai, you probably would have known something like this. Maybe not necessarily this name, but maybe the mention of guardian trees in your writings.
Okay.
Again, this is not something that's crucial to the story. This is just
Right.
like a little lore thing.
Just trying to. I look to Captain Herrick and just say, "Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it."
Of course. And he takes a swig of his drink, and he, let's see. So now, are you guys doing anything else, or are you guys ready to get on the boat and head north?
Hey,
To
I
the
have
north.
something I want to do.
Okay.
Did you also, Alloy?
No, I'm gonna say to the north. Sorry.
Okay. Ingrid is going to check. Is Olaf coming with us, or is he staying in Bergen?
Olaf is staying in Bergen.
Okay. And do we get the sense of, is this where he usually stays in Bergen?
He is the commissioner for Bergen, so you would find him at the police station.
He's
Okay.
the constable.
She's just gonna spend a little time, like, I mean, it's not terrible being on the ship, but it's nice being off the ship, so she's just gonna walk around and explore this little, we're in essentially an inn, like a nice inn, right? Just
It
wander
is.
around and kind of look at stuff. See
Yep.
if, so, and, but be back in time to head out.
Excellent.
Cool.
Okay. So the next part of this, you guys are going to be getting on the boat, and the boat's name is Miss Paulina. And Captain Herrick is very proud of this boat. He's taken it everywhere. again, he's got plenty of stories to talk about. He's one of those
Mhm.
typical sailors that basically he just
Yep.
has a story for everything, and it's very embellished, and it's definitely way way out of I don't know. It's just very
Context would be
yeah
that would be the word there.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at Amanda and just say, Amanda, be very wary of the fact that he is a sailor that has spent his life at sea. His stories may or may not be true.
Well, that still sounds very interesting. I'd love to hear one of them. And she's like always ready to learn something new. This is like her passion, being an
Mhm.
investigative journalist.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Let me just pull something up here. So the next part of this voyage, you're again heading north to Varoya, the island of Varoya, and there is the town of Sørland. It's a very small fishing village. Um, you're not sure what to expect when you get there, that's for sure. But Miss Paulina departs nonetheless after all of the cargo has been loaded up and everybody's on board. There's a pretty large crew of people on this boat. Probably say about 20 people. There's a range of people, and you're not sure if everybody's on the top deck. There could be others that you're not sure of yet, but it's
Mhm.
it's a pretty big crew, so you're not worried about having to do any work. Don't worry, Kai. But yeah, you guys very quickly depart and leave Bergen behind you. And as the day unfolds, you're passing sheltered inlets, and you can see small little villages clinging to the shoreline. You see little red and white boathouses bright against the dull green backdrop of the mountains. Uh, if you know this, or maybe you don't, Bergen is known as, I think, the town between seven mountains or something like that. So it's actually one of the most beautiful towns in the world, simply because of all of these mountains that surround it. So it's quite the sight to see it from the water. It's very picturesque. And what's everybody doing now that the boat's in motion and everybody's moving along?
I'm kind of up in the area where the captain is, just kind of making conversation and writing things down based on the course we've charted.
Okay, very good. Because you're standing right near the captain, he's going to offer you a drink because he has a flask in his pocket. He takes a swig of it and offers it to you.
I'm gonna take a small swig of it,
Okay.
only because I don't know what it is.
No problem. So if you're going to do that, go ahead. We're going to roll something here. Hang on. Go ahead and roll physique.
A physique. Oh boy. Oh, thank God.
Oh, you got lucky. You're like, ugh, this stuff is nasty. And you're not sure what the hell it is. It's some weird Scandinavian concoction that the captain put together himself, probably.
Mhm.
You're lucky you rolled good on that, because you would have been taking a physical condition if you had
Oh
failed.
no.
Like, it would have been either like, ew, this stuff's nasty, or ew, I'm puking my brains out over the side of the boat. That's funny. Good roll, though. All right, so yeah, you guys are spending your time, like, reading, talking to people. Ingrid, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, she's still, it's lingering on. She's starting to feel a little better, but
Are
she's
you
still like,
wandering at all, or
no. This one has fewer amenities, I imagine, so she probably has to go out to get her food and make her own tea and whatnot, but
well, as a matter of fact, this boat is pretty well equipped in
oh,
the journal. What the hell? Wow, I was reading another word and said that instead of the word I was thinking. I'm an idiot. Um, anyways, yeah, so this particular boat is very well equipped, and your journey is the word I meant to say, is very comfortable. So we're gonna say that you don't have to like cook your meals or anything like that, but you will have to like fetch your
right, but
food, of course.
there's not a steward that comes around with
No, but you'll have to fetch your
delivering
food
drinks and
and get
stuff.
drinks and stuff.
Right. So, but yeah, so she's still just, and probably a little more cramped, so she's just, I don't know, she's still just trying to get over stuff so that whenever they arrive, she'll be at her best,
Okay.
hopefully.
Well, that sounds good. And what's everybody else doing right now?
Um, Nothing much. Just JC is working for the place and try to adapt of the travel.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, so you guys
Yes.
are making your way along the coast of Norway right now. You're probably like halfway there now, and it's on the third day that you're all standing in your typical spots. Kai, you're hanging out with Captain Herrick again, kind of documenting stuff, I assume. Amanda's standing there with you, Kai. She seems to have taken a liking to you. She finds you as an inspiration, so she's definitely sees that and
Hmm.
wants to hang out. Not like that, but like in a
We're just
professional way.
yes, of course.
Right. Um, you look up into the horizon, and you can see the last bit of sunlight just going and disappearing over the horizon. And now you are officially into the long winter of
Oh,
Norway. So you will have approximately 3 months of darkness.
oh,
The sun will not reach you here.
Oh boy.
Only, I'd say, like a dim light. Like not pitch black, but
Ooh.
during the day, it's very,
It's only
very
on the
dim.
horizon.
Yeah. And
oh,
at night,
Jesus.
it's just completely black everywhere. But you are in the Arctic Circle now.
Okay.
And Captain Herrick says, until spring then. And then he takes a sip of that terrible drink. Offers you another sip there, Kai.
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Okay. He motions it back, the flask back to Amanda too, and she's like, shakes her head in disgust, like, ew, no. I saw what happened.
Um, might I suggest that Avery might be interested in that kind of thing?
Ah, yes,
Presumably he's here with us.
Avery is. Yeah, sorry, I've been focusing on you guys.
Yeah, no, fair. I just was thinking about like, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like Avery
he-
definitely would be here doing that. And what do you think? Should I roll for Avery?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Sorry, Avery. Here we go. I had him roll physique, right?
Hmm.
Yep. It's a good thing he's got 5 in physique. Oh, he slaps the drink back. He's just like, whatever. This is pretty good.
Oh,
So
Wow.
clearly, Avery, being a vagabond and everything, and being
Hmm.
a kind of a street kid, you probably have to get things where you can get them. Essentially, not necessarily drinking the best stuff, so he's probably used to
Hmm.
terribly tasting alcohol stuff like that. So Avery dodged a bullet. Anybody else want to try?
I
It might
think
help
I'm
with
gonna
Jake or Jace's wooziness.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try.
Okay, roll force.
Oh,
I've never seen anybody willingly want to try and do this. Oh, okay, wow. You guys are all rolling
Ooh.
successes tonight.
nice.
So Jace,
An
yeah,
damage.
you drink it. It doesn't taste good at all, but you drink it anyways. You definitely don't want any more of it.
Jace is worse to to he's not good, but he put worst.
So,
Yeah.
Captain Herrick, he yells up to his crew and he says, "All right, hoist up the sails." And then, the crew does their thing. They hoist up sails, get ready, and at this point, there pretty much is nothing else left to do in this journey until you get to Varoya. So you guys can fall asleep, or you can hang out and RP some more. It's up to you.
I think Jace fall asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ingrid is still trying to get plenty of rest.
Got it. All right, so we'll say that your final evening is pretty comfortable. Rather cold, though, but you guys have plenty of blankets. And let me just change up my sounds here. Because when you guys wake up, you're no longer in the rain and the wind. You find yourself in the middle of a massive snowstorm.
Oh no.
And where's my snow? Right here. So you can hear Captain Herrick yelling outside. And you can hear him pretty plainly. He's saying, "We're stuck! Get the icebreakers!" And the fact that this boat is even stuck to begin with is pretty crazy, because this boat is pretty well fitted for this type of thing to break through ice. And this thing is just frozen solid in the ice.
No.
And you can hear the hustle and bustle of everybody trying to break the ice to keep moving, but it's just not working. And
Hearing
Well?
this, yeah,
what?
Ingrid's
What?
gonna. All right, go ahead. Saying this. Ingrid's gonna just wander around the ship and try and. She suspects, because we're here to deal with something supernatural, and that maybe it doesn't want us to come. So she's looking for any signs of
Okay.
something that's impeding us.
Ingrid, then you are wandering the ship. You.
Not looking in the ship, looking outside.
Oh,
like,
outside. Got
more.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The
Clear.
wind alone is blowing the snow around so much that you can barely see like 2 feet in front of you. So this is
Okay.
definitely not natural, though, because there's no way that the water froze that quickly. It's still early in the season. So this is definitely very weird, and you can hear that from some of the sailors on this boat. They're talking about it, about how this just isn't normal. And yeah, so definitely weird. People are weirded out.
Oh, strange.
I have another idea, but I want to give other people a chance to do their thing first.
Okay, is anybody else going to do anything?
I'm just
Jace-
going to. Oh, sorry, Jace.
JC is like, okay, he is ready to what happens, and he have his knife in the hand. Yeah, he's
Okay. So you're
yeah,
like ready just in case something's happening.
yes.
Got it. And Kai, what are you doing?
I'm going to just observe from the ship deck because I don't want to be out in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah, understood. I would say that Avery is probably sitting in their room with Milo, and Milu's probably whining or whimpering because something just doesn't seem right to him. And Avery is probably just comforting Milu at this point. And Ingrid, you said you had an idea. What is that?
Yeah. So seeing that, the snow is too thick, she can't see anything, and it's, whirling and blowing, and she's going to go down into the ship and try and find a section. She'll ask around for, one of the sailors, and presumably she's not been a complete recluse.
Okay.
To find some place where she can, a part of the outer hull, like down, preferably below the waterline.
Mm-hmm.
And go down, and then she's going to just kind of find a spot that's dry, because it's going to be very cold, and basically like put her hands to it and just kind of like feel for any vibrations, and maybe even like, if her hands aren't getting too cold,
Mhm.
put her ear to it and just kind of see if she can hear anything.
Interesting. I like that. You can hear. It almost sounds like whales. Like you can hear a whale's cry.
Wait, what?
But nothing else seems like out of sorts. Like if you're looking for something that doesn't seem right.
Okay.
As you're walking back, or are you still going to different parts of the ship and doing this?
She'll check a couple places, but I mean, the sound would carry, she presumes. So
Okay.
she'll check like maybe 2, maybe 3 spots, like like one on each side near the front, and one near the back. Presumably that they've shut the engines off.
Sure. So as you're wandering through the bottom of the boat here, you stumble into the medical bay. And you immediately become very nervous because standing in front of you is Dorothea. The very same woman from the hospital that you worked for down in, where was it? Copenhagen, I think it was.
Copenhagen, yeah. Yep.
And
Oh my.
she immediately looks at you and she says, Ingrid? Ingrid, what are you doing here?
Pauses for a moment. Just checking her senses and blinking, and Dorothea, what are you doing here?
Well, I work here. I left Copenhagen not long after you did, and I took a job, and now I just found myself here. And I'm going to show you a picture of Dorothea here. Wait a second.
We can Jason, well, K and J's CD. Oh, we can see these.
No, only Ingrid. I assume you guys are somewhere else, right?
I'm just kind of observing still the activity above the water level.
Okay, so we're going to say Ingrid's by herself right now.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Yes.
so Dorothea is doesn't seem like malicious in intent towards you, Ingrid.
Mm-hmm.
At least from what you can tell. But then again, you're not sure
Well,
if she
she's-
knows.
Yeah, she's surprised because she hasn't seen her on the trip, but she's been a little reclusive and has been wandering around. So she stammers a bit. And, I didn't know you were aboard. I'm there's something wrong. The ship is stuck in ice or something.
Yes, I know. The crew is trying to break apart the ice right now.
Yes, I was she looks around. I was just trying to explore, and then she coughed. Still has a little bit of phlegm. Coughs up in a handkerchief.
Oh, are you not
I
feeling
was-
well?
I've been a bit under the weather. It's getting better.
Oh, good.
But she winces a little bit. I was just trying to explore the ship to see if there was something I could find about why we were getting snowed in.
And
or
have
stuck.
you had any luck?
No.
Well, I sure hope you find something. And
Yes.
well, it was great to see you, Ingrid. I'm very surprised you're here, to be honest. Wait a minute. What are you doing here, anyways?
I'm part of. There's apparently some sort of emergency up in Varaya that however it's pronounced. She's
I'm not sure. I think
smiles
it's
a little bit
Royal.
wanly. Some sort of emergency, and so I've part of a team. After she coughs again, but this time it's a little bit more deliberate. Afterwards, I moved to up to Uppsala, and have been working there and contracting for these sorts of things. She's kind of like trailing a little bit. She's unsure what to say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Scared the situation.
I suppose I should keep looking, but I suppose we should
we can catch
catch
up
up.
later.
You're going to be in Varroya as well, I assume, for the winter.
Well, we're stuck here for now. You guys are like right up here now, by the way. Sorry, I didn't move your token here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be here, and if you need anything, please let me know.
She Ingrid smiles a little bit tremulously. Yes, yes, I'll see you. And then she quickly kind of hurries away and gives a quick backward glance just to make sure that she wasn't imagining things.
Nope, she's still there, and she immediately went back to work.
Okay, so then she proceeds to continue around the ship, trying to investigate, although she's a little more distracted now.
Yeah. So
with thoughts.
Yep, understood. So we'll say that you don't see any other like indications as to why you might be frozen in the ice right now. You can hear Captain Herrick outside yelling over the wind, and it's hard to hear, but he basically is yelling, "We need to walk. You're gonna have to walk." And he yells out that you're maybe about 1 kilometer away from Sørland, but the ice is so thick they can't move.
Okay. I'm going to make conversation real quick with Amanda. Just kind of explaining that this happens more often than we'd like to admit.
Is it always this
On our-
cold? She's like
No, it's
freezing to
not.
death. Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Surprisingly, it is not.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna go to my charger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
Essentially, we walk. I give her some assistance with making sure she doesn't slip as we're on our way down the, down to the.
Down below deck.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. So we'll say that you did that. And Captain Herrick, not soon after that, he comes down below deck to meet you guys, and he's got a bunch of skis, like, under his arms. They're, like, tied in bundles. And he tosses them on the floor and cuts the rope. Or not cuts it, but unties it. And, you know, they all just fall over on the floor. He says, "Take your pick. You're gonna have to walk the rest of the way. Unfortunately, we can't move. We're stuck here."
I'm gonna ask Captain Herrick if he still plans on meeting us at the port in Varoya, or on the island of Varoya.
We'll get there as soon as we can, but we have to
All
get the
right.
ship. We have to get the ship unstuck first.
Understood.
I'm sorry that you have to do this, but we have no choice.
I'm gonna just smile up at Herrick and say, "Once again, this happens way more often than we'd like to admit."
I hate this job.
And I take the larger pair of skis because I am the tallest. At least I would assume that I'm the tallest member of the team here.
I believe you did mention in your physical description that you were pretty tall.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, shortest goes to Ingrid. I think you're the short one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We'll give the medium skis to Jace. Everybody's
Yeah,
get their
Jace.
own special size. Avery, I think, will probably get another small pair, just like Ingrid.
I think I am medium.
Medium size for Jace. And
Yeah.
maybe some little snow boots for Milu. Because
We could have Milu pull the sled. No, I'm kidding.
little dog sled.
I
Yeah,
was
there we
gonna say
go.
maybe Milu could be in a sled.
Yep.
Oh, it's him. Hi, Tim.
What's up?
I see.
Okay.
Hello.
So, all right. So the journey through the snow is definitely not easy. You can't see 2 feet in front of you. The wind is just whipping at your face so hard, and the cloth, not cloth, but like the wool scarves and stuff that you have covering your face just aren't cutting it for you. And the trek seems like an endless one. It's only 1 kilometer. At least that's what Captain Herrick says. Are you guys doing anything right now besides walking? Like, I assume you'll probably want to conserve energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Jace try to have all the energy he can.
Yeah. Zim, did you want me to stream my page so you can see what I'm doing?
Sure.
1 sec. Okay. So now you guys are... I'm sorry, did you guys say you were doing something or no?
No.
Okay. All right, so the rest of the trek is pretty long. But you finally make your way to the small island of Varoya. And Varoya is a very remote island. It's right off the tip of... I forget what they call this place, but right off the tip of that area right there. And let me bring up the map for that. So you guys are... Can you all see that map?
Yes.
Okay.
I can, yes.
All right, so you guys are probably right about here. Right down there. And so you're right on track to where you need to be. The wind is starting to die down a little bit because it's almost like you're reaching the eye of the storm. It's starting to become calmer as you get closer to the island. So let me turn down my blizzard music here. And you guys are trudging along, and off in the distance you can see small little icebergs that are jutting out of the frozen water, and you can see the whole island itself is just like covered in really large mountains. And
Okay.
But on the southeast part, I'm sorry, southeast, where you guys are walking in from, this is the lowest part of the island. And you can actually see off in the distance a harbor right here where you can kind of glimpse some brown buildings. You're not really sure what they are. They look like they're like right at the edge of the water from where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And are you guys doing anything as you approach? Because this will start the first part of your investigations.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and say, Amanda, make sure you're observing this. We're out in the middle of a snowstorm, but it seems to be lightening up a little bit as we approach the island.
Yeah, you can see Amanda right now. She's actually just like, her face is covered with the wool scarf, but she's actively writing stuff down in her notebook, like as she's trudging through the snow.
Okay.
But yeah, she seems to do that a lot. She's always writing something. And as you guys,
I'd like to say
sorry,
Ingrid is a little paranoid because if this thing is being caused by a Vassin, then it might try to dump us in the water. So she's thinking like get onto land as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Like over here, and then go up, catch the road, and then travel along the road.
Yeah.
So
all right,
that's
no
what she suggests if the others are okay with it.
Well, how mountainous is the area that we're up in the little isthmus that we're in?
It's not very mountainous at all. It's actually pretty flat.
Okay. So we can see the road essentially is what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
Or how high up is it
it's elevated,
from where we are?
But it's not that elevated where you can't see
Okay.
it. Like, it's noticeably there.
Okay. Perfect.
As you guys are deciding on where you're taking your next steps, there's a yell from behind, and you hear, "Wait!" And there's a man running behind you, and he is carrying a rifle, and he's dressed in what looks like military garb of sorts, but also wearing a nice big fluffy jacket.
Okay.
You don't remember seeing him on the ship, but he mentions to you that Captain Herrick had sent him to help you, just in case. And he introduces himself to you, and he introduces himself as Lieutenant Harold Leiden, soldier, sir. And he does like a salute to you, too.
I'm gonna look at the lieutenant and say, Lieutenant, I don't recall you being on the ship.
Well, it is a big ship. I do apologize. But,
and I'm gonna
there.
just make a note that, like, I know I'm gonna walk over to Amanda's notebook, thinking that she may have, like, done a report on all the members of the ship by into that point.
All right. Yeah, so let me see. I'm going to roll probably learning for Amanda here to see if that's the case.
Sorry, it was one of those things that she might have done as an investigative journalist to kind of make a note of everybody on the ship as well as
Yeah.
kind of what they do.
Yep, no problem. So she doesn't remember seeing him there, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't there. She does recall seeing, people dressed in military garb,
Okay.
but she couldn't confirm nor deny if this was him or not.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna basically inform Amanda. Make sure you write this name down.
Yep, and I will put his name in the chat for you. And
I suppose it's good to have somebody to protect us from the sea lions and the walruses.
that's true.
True.
He is carrying a rifle. He also carries with him a sword. So he's well equipped for any possible dangers you guys might encounter while you're here in Sørland.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna approach the shoreline and start making our way up the shoreline.
Yep, right to the harbor.
Yep.
Yeah, your first stop will be the boathouses there. And
Perfect.
let me just pull something up here. Actually, why don't we stop here? Because once you reach the boathouse, that'll begin your investigation part.
Mhm.
So we'll just continue that in the next game.
Sounds like a plan.
But that was a fun journey. Good RPing by everybody. Nice job.
Yes. Sorry for being a bit old today, so something happens.
What do you mean, to your character, or because something happened in real life?
In real life.
Oh.
I explain later.
Understood. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, good game, everybody. I will.
Thank you for having us once again.
Absolutely. Catch you all next week.
Thank you for running. One quick bookkeeping question.
Sure.
Had you added the thing for the annals of
the Annals of Society? No, I did not.
Annals of Society.
You're right, I didn't do that. So yeah, add 2 experience points to each of your characters.
2 or because I had added the 1 for the first one for myself.
All right, so 1 more then.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay.
And we'll go through the quick XP stuff now, or if you want, I can just post it in the chat.
If possible, we could post it in the chat just to have a better
yeah, I'm fine.
Log of it, I would say, in my personal opinion.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And then Josh, if you, I don't
know,
it's sort of your turn if you wanted to do the next write-up for the next journal entry. I did one, and then Alloy did the last one. So I'm happy to do it again, but I just wanted everyone to have a chance to.
I will take the next round. I have a lot of stuff going on this week, so I don't think I'd actually get to it. So I figured I'd pass that on to somebody else. I do apologize.
No worries. If you're busy, then Alloy or I can take it.
Because depending on next Friday, I don't know if Saturday I will be home, but I have a conference I'm going to in the Twin Cities in Minnesota next week. So
nice. Zim, for context on what they're talking about, they upgraded the castle to include something called the Annals of Society, where you can keep a journal, and essentially when somebody does that, per session they get an extra experience point.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Alloy and I will discuss and see who wants to do it for this week then.
Sounds good. Well,
okay.
Perfect.
Thank you again.
All right. Feel better. And have a good
Yes,
night,
thank
everybody.
you. Feel better.
Thank
It's
you.
just me getting into character.
Yep.